Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I guess it depends on where you are when you're watching this. This isn't live. But I have been just working out with my trainer and I'm gonna do my cool down stretch. And I thought actually this is a really nice stretch to do anytime. So I thought I would record it and then you have it in case you want to use it as the only thing you do, as a addition to a workout you do, whatever works. And I always start with my opening sequence, even when it's a cool down. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall. I'm sitting on my bolster. I do have a loopy band strap, which I really recommend. They're not stretchy, but they do have loops, so I'll talk about that. So get seated into a comfortable position. Shoulders are down, eyes are closed if it feels safe to do so. And you can listen to my instructions or you can keep your eyes open. I'm not gonna know the difference. Hands on your lap if that feels okay. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then a slow, steady breath out through the mouth. One more of those. Let's take the right ear over to the right shoulder. And if it feels good and is accessible, take that left hand around back, relax through the shoulder, and let the weight of the head open up the stretch. Still with that nice deep breath. One more. Bring that hand back around, drop the chin to the chest, and slowly roll it over, left ear to left shoulder. And again, if it feels good and is accessible, take the other arm around back and let the weight of the head open up the stretch. Relax through the shoulder. And breathe. Bring that hand back around, drop the chin into center, draw the shoulders down and away, lengthen through the back of the neck, stretching out all the way down the top of the neck. Let's bring those arms out front, interlace your fingers, and open up between the shoulder blades so you're pushing your arms out, still keeping up nice and tall. Shoulders are not scrunched up by the ears, they're nice and low. Push it out. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, turn the palms to the ceiling. Let's open the elbows wide, lift the chin if it feels safe to do so. Nice big inhale here. Exhale back to neutral, shoulders are low, palms are facing the head again. Nice big inhale. Exhale, arms down to the side and into some shoulder rolls. Try to connect your breath if it works. One more going backwards. And then switch and bring it forward. And relax them down. All right, we're gonna start with a stretch for our legs. So we're gonna take both legs out straight with the strap around the feet. And we're gonna sit up nice and tall. I like to put my wrists into the loop so I'm not holding really tight with my hands. And our feet are flexed, we're sitting up nice and tall, and we're gonna hip hinge. So we're not gonna fold over, we're gonna push forward, and we're gonna bend those elbows and bring ourselves forward. And we're gonna breathe. Don't know if we can see sort of, so upright and then a hip hinge. So we're hinging forward and then we're gonna take a nice deep breath here and we're gonna exhale and reach our arms. You can still be on the straps. and holding them down there, or you can grab your toes if that works, whatever feels good. And we're gonna take it a little side to side. And then we're gonna stop here in the center. We're gonna place our hands on our legs, and we're gonna lift our chin and chest to come into a hip hinge. So you may feel like you've gone further into that hip hinge because you have done the fold over and then released into it. So it might feel like it's a little bit more accessible at this point. You're gonna feel this perhaps in your hamstrings, up through your glutes, into your back, and all the way down depending on where your tension resides. Now, another thing you can do is you can move the meaty bits aside from your thighs, which will give you a bit more access, and you can lift that belly right onto the thighs, and you can wiggle your way in a little bit. You can keep those legs a little bit wider so you can accommodate your body, right? In a way that feels good for you. So we're gonna get into that hip hinge again and again. Sorry, I sometimes forget. We have that strap, or you don't have to use it. It's up to you. I like using it so that my feet stay flexed, but it's up to you. So we're in this hip hinge. We're feeling that. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in, and you're gonna reach out again around the back. Inhale to hip hinge. Exhale, release. Fantastic. Let's bring ourselves into cobbler, which is bottom of the feet together, knees are out. And again, you can always use your strap for things that, we all have different limb lengths. One of the things that I did not know when I started practicing yoga years ago is that the length of your limbs does matter in a lot of poses. Where you carry weight matters, where you carry tension matters. So just let yourself be non-judgmental about your body, but bring awareness to what your prop needs are. So we're in this, and when we're in cobbler, again, I recommend shifting, moving your belly into center, because that is going to, again, give you more access to this area for movement. And we're gonna do that hip hinge again. So if you're using your strap, you're gonna take it under your feet, and then I like to cross it over. And again, I love that I have the one with the loops because it's just easier on the hands. So we're gonna take a nice big inhale here. We're sitting up nice and tall. And then we're gonna exhale and hip hinge into center. So I'm gonna press down a little bit on my legs. You might not even reach your legs, that's okay. Your arms might be up here. We've got all different bodies, and that's great. Just do what fits for your body. We're gonna be in this hip hinge for a couple of breaths. And if you prefer, you can have your hands on your feet, not on the strap. It's up to you. On the next one, we're gonna take a nice big inhale, and then we're gonna exhale and round. And again, this is where you can grab your feet if you like and round your back. And we're gonna breathe. Back up to that hip hinge. And release all the way up. Okay, we're gonna go into a twist while we're here. So I'm going to have you, if it works for your body, come back into that hip hinge. Take your right hand over to your left foot, or holding onto your strap, whichever works. And we're going to take a nice big inhale here, and then exhale, twist, bringing the other hand in behind a little bit. So we're still hip hinging. We're not all the way up here. That's how we access our ankle or our foot or our strap down here. So we're still in a bit of a hip hinge. Then we're in a twist, and then we're gonna breathe. One more. And on the exhale breath, come back to center. Give yourself a little relaxation here. Take a centering breath. Then we're gonna take the left hand over to the right foot or to the strap. We're gonna turn, we're gonna take a nice big inhale, and then exhale, twist. So still in that hip hinge, twisting, and breathing. Last one. Exhale to center. Relax it down if it feels good to do so. Release the strap, bring yourself up, take those feet out, give your knees and legs a little shake and a little side to side. Excellent. So the way you're seated is really up to you in a lot of these poses. It's how you feel comfortable in your body. I use the bolster a lot. So we're gonna come into a seated position that feels comfortable, and we're gonna do a shoulder flossing exercise. So you are gonna need a strap, but you can use like a house coat, a band, you could use a stretchy band. Something that doesn't have stretch is going to be very different than something that does. So we're gonna start with doing 90-degree arms. So what we do is we just check and see if when we come up, our arms will be at 90 degrees. And that looks pretty good. So I know that this is a good width for me to be holding onto the strap. So we're gonna start out front. We're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. And then exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale here. I'm going to do a little bit of a twist. Inhale here. Exhale, twist right. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring the arms down. Now we're going to take it wider because we want our arms to go all the way around with a straight arm, soft elbow. So we're going to take it wider. We're going to inhale, bring it up, and then exhale all the way down. So that's going to depend on how your flexibility is, but also your shoulder flexibility, and just your band. So let's just try that and see what we can do with straight arms. So bring it up and over. Bring it up. Find the width that keeps your arms straight, elbows soft. One more. Then we're going to floss just the back, which my students don't always love, but do feel beneficial. So we're going to inhale, bring it right through those shoulder blades, and then exhale, bring it down. Last one, let's bring it all the way over. Excellent. So we're gonna come down onto our backs. I didn't prepare for that on the video, so we're gonna try and see what it feels like and looks like and go from there. But I want you to come straight onto your back with your feet on the mat. I'm gonna turn this way. And hopefully that fits the screen. Yes, this is good. All right, so your feet are on the mat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our feet mat width apart, and we're gonna take our knees side to side. You want to take it slow, and you want to press this one that's coming down this way. So right now that's my left, and feel that stretch along the hip flexor and thigh. Inhale maybe, and then exhale, and again press this one out. Find the stretch. One more each side. Bring it to center. Arms can be in cactus or out in T or on your belly, whatever feels best, or down on the floor. You're really gonna just find what works for you. Let's bring the feet in a little more central. Bring the right ankle up for our figure four. So we can be here. This might feel like enough. You can take this side to side, Or you could bring your legs up in the air, grab through your thigh. That doesn't work for my body type. So I grab the ankle if I'm up in the air and I go side to side like this. So that's up to you. And what you're trying to stretch and how you're trying to stretch it. I find that if I'm up in the air, I'm stretching the bent leg more. And if I'm down on the ground, when I go side to side, I'm stretching the leg on the ground more. So maybe it's beneficial even to try a little bit of both and see what your body needs in that moment. But wherever you're at, be there, be present, and be, again, non-judgmentally taking awareness of how your body feels and breathing through this. Good. Bring it into center. Take that right leg all the way long, and we're gonna do some ankle circles. So it turns out I hit my wall there. So if you have to take it out to the side to avoid that, switch directions with your ankle. Again, we're just working on that right side. And bring it back to the mat. This time, left foot goes up into that figure four. And again, you might stay here. This might feel like a nice stretch. You might want to go side to side. Or you might bring it up into the air and find a way that that works for your body. And you might want to do a little bit of both. Again, like I said earlier, your body, your practice. Focus on breath. Be gentle with your body. Be kind to your body. Bring it to center. Take it out nice and long. And again, into those ankle circles, this time with the left foot. Switch direction and bring it back to the mat. We're going to take those feet mat width apart again with a gentle side to side. I love my side to sides. And if you like, you can also bring those knees up into the chest. You can go around your belly. They don't have to be glued together. They don't have to be right in. That can be really constricting. So keep them out a bit, maybe take them wide. You don't have to, you can be under here, you can be here, and maybe a gentle side to side. Massaging that back. Not everybody loves that though, so just do what feels right. And whether your feet are up or down, bring them to stillness in center. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. I'm going to invite you to come into your final Savasana position. This is a sort of a quick 20-minute sort of situation. So bring yourself into something that feels comfortable. Maybe if you have a bolster or a pillow, placing that underneath your knees. That can help with the placement of your back, bringing the arms back, just thinking about what that feels like in your body. Taking a couple of really nice deep breaths with the rise and fall of your belly. And let yourself linger in this position as long as you like. Or if you want to do something else with yourself, go ahead and do that. I'm going to come to seated and offer you a couple of affirmations that while you're there in your Savasana position, you may want to repeat silently or out loud if no one's around. And I just encourage you to believe them in this moment and maybe to take them with you after this video. Let's begin. I allow myself to forgive. My courage is stronger than my fear. I am kind and compassionate with myself and others. I am enough. Again, stay in your Savasana position as long as you like, and I will see you next time. Namaste.